Good afternoon, welcome to our Turnkey Trader tutorial series. In this lesson, we're going to take a look at the bounce trade. First, we're going to take a look at the bounce long. So it is a counter trend trade or a reversal type trade. So we'll see it in situations like this, where we have a long trend followed by a turn bar. Then we have a short market reversal. And this is exactly the type of setup we're looking for here. So first, let's run through our rules. We're looking for our background color to be green. We're looking for our white signal line to be above our orange trigger line. We're looking for the 200 EMA to be green, which indicates that it is rising. Next, we're looking for our direction histogram to be rising and our yellow line to be above 0. Now, while it does have to be above 0, the real sweet spot for it is between 0 and 25 like we have here. So even if we get another bar or two, it is likely that we'll still have a great bounce setup. And the next thing we need to see is our bar to begin reversing, cross our orange trigger line and our white signal line, and plot gold, which it currently is. So I know now that when this bar closes, it will plot as gold. So at this point, the trade is fully qualified. So now I'm going to put my order in at 1755.4, which is my green DPI price. I want to make sure to use a stop limit order. You can refer to our ATM strategies video where we go over a few different money management strategies. The one I'm using is I'll have my initial profit target of 6 ticks. We'll take 2 contracts off there. And my third contract will have a profit target of 19 ticks. I find this to be a very effective strategy when first starting out with Turnkey Trader. But there are several different money management strategies you can use, and you can refer to the ATM videos for the different settings. So we'll go ahead and speed this trade up and see how it develops. And just once again, before this trade qualifies, let's go ahead and run through our rules just to double check and to illustrate how much time we often have to qualify these trades. I have my green background, my white signal line above my orange trigger line. My 200 EMA is green, indicating that it is rising. I see that my direction histogram value is higher than the previous value. My yellow line is above 0, and it's right in that sweet spot between 0 and 25. And I have a gold bar. So once this bar hits the green DPI price and closes, we will be in a fully qualified bounce trade. Alright, so my order was filled, and here we see my 6-tick profit target. And if we scroll up a bit, I can see my second 19-tick profit target. And I see my text plot on the chart confirming that this was indeed a qualified bounce trade. So I did hit my initial profit target, and here my stop is 1 tick above break even. And my second profit target was hit for a total of 31 ticks of profit in the EMD. So now that we've seen a good example of a bounce long, let's go ahead and take a look at a bounce short. Now let's take a look at a bounce trade short. Now, as you'll see, we typically do have plenty of time to evaluate our indicators and determine if there is a possible trade on the horizon. Most often you'll see bounce trades happen in this kind of configuration. We just had a nice little short run here. Market reverses, we start trending long a bit. And one of the main things I like to look for is my yellow line down here in the turnkey direction panel. I really like this coming from 100 or from the extremes between 100 to 125. Right here, it's right about 95, so pretty close. Not required, although when it is at an extreme, it is a bit stronger. And then I like to see the yellow line come back and get in here and bounce off the 0 line, or to be somewhere in here between the 0 and 25. Now that's kind of the sweet spot for these bounce trades. While not required to be right in that pocket, I do find they are a bit stronger when it is in that range. However, the yellow line simply needs to be below 0. Next thing I want to check for is if my bar has crossed my orange trigger line here. So I still have my red background. My 200 is above my trigger line, which is above my signal line. They're in the correct order for a short trade. My bar did turn gold. And so at this point, this can be considered a qualified bounce. Now the bracket is still green here, or we don't care about the bracket for this trade. So my entry price would be 1761.6, and I can go ahead and put that in now. There may be a lot of price movement within this bar. It could take quite a while for it to continue moving down and hit my entry price, and if it doesn't, if the market continues to go long, I can simply cancel my order. So I'm going to go ahead and put my order at 1761.6. I'm going to put a stop limit order for 3 contracts, and we'll go ahead and speed this up and see how this trade works out. So kind of jumped there once I got filled, which you may see once it hits our entry price, these trades do tend to take off. So I do like to get in the habit of identifying them as far ahead of time so we can have better odds of being filled. Of course, attempting a retracement entry is also acceptable. I'll usually attempt a retracement up until the point where the trade has hit where my profit target would be. Once it's already hit that point, I find it a tad too risky to want to retrace and ask the market to hit my profit target again. And so again, looking back after this trade is completed, we can see this really nice configuration happen. After our short run, the market reverses, comes back up, goes a bit past the 200, comes back down, and as the market moves down, it pulls our 200 EMA so that it is red and considered falling. And with this move, we also see our yellow line come back up and bounce right off the 0 line there, which is a perfect example of what we want to see in this type of situation. We do have our red background letting us know that our signal line is below our trigger line, which is also below our 200, and our bar did turn gold halfway before this bar closed, a bit after touching our orange trigger line. So now you've seen the bounce trade in action. We hope you enjoyed this lesson and can add what you've learned here to start identifying the bounce trade during your trading day.